We got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Hey, bear with me this Wednesday. I am going to try to methodically walk through something that's eating at me and been eating at me for a long, long time. I'm going to try to do it, and I want you to bear with me because I'm not working on a lot of sleep. In fact, I didn't sleep at all last night. Fueled this morning by too much coffee. So bear with me. And if you hear any noise in the background, that's my beautiful black lab, Mabel. She's gnawing on a gorgeous bone. I got her about a week or so ago. I want to start like this. Or rather, I'll start like this. I love this country. You love this country. We disagree on things. I believe in my head and in my heart, I believe in my bones that Donald Trump is a horrible human being. And I do believe he is an existential threat to our democracy. I think he is a danger to this country. I fear for this country if he's elected. I fear for myself. I fear for my own safety. I fear for the safety of my family if Trump is back in the White House. I want to give you that context. And again, God love you all. You can disagree with me. Doesn't mean you have to hate. I'm just telling you what I think. So, like me, Mitt Romney believes Trump is unfit to be president. Like me, Mitt Romney believes that Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy. Like me, he's said that a bunch. Like me, Mitt Romney fears for America if Trump is back in the White House. And like me, Mitt Romney fears for his own personal safety if Trump's president again. Mitt Romney has said he fears for the safety of his entire family if Trump is president again. Mitt and I are twins. Mitt and I are brothers. Mitt and I are colleagues. Mitt and I are locked arms, right? On all of this, up to here, Mitt and I are the same. We believe Trump is unfit. We believe he's a danger to this country. And both Mitt and I believe if Donald Trump's in the White House again, man, I worry about my safety. Mitt worries about his safety. I worry about Trump coming after me. Mitt Romney worries about Trump coming after him. We're aligned on all of that. And yet, I'm out there every single day right now. Crazy former Tea Party Joe Walsh. I'm out there every single day campaigning my ass off for Kamala Harris. I was in Pennsylvania yesterday. And yet, Mitt Romney won't endorse Kamala Harris. Mitt Romney and I break there. The alliance, the Walsh-Romney alliance, is severed right there. We both believe he's a threat. We both believe he's unfit. We worry if he's back in the White House. We worry for our own personal safety. But yet I'm voting for Kamala Harris. I'm voting for the only person who can keep Trump out of the White House, and Mitt Romney won't do that. So does Mitt really believe Trump is a threat? Does he really? Does he really worry about his own safety and the safety of his family if Trump's back in the White House? Does he really? If he won't vote for the only candidate on the ballot this year who can defeat Trump, does Mitt really feel that way? I'm scared to death. It's why I'm out there every day. It's why I was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania yesterday, encouraging, rallying Republicans and independents to get behind Kamala Harris. But because I believe it. And again, disagree with me, everyone. That's not the point I'm making now. Something doesn't connect. Something doesn't fit right here. Mitt Romney says in his bones he feels the same way about Trump as I do. And yet Mitt Romney won't support the only person who can beat Trump. And so I'm left to wonder, I'm left to question whether Mitt really feels that way about Trump. And I don't want to question him. When Mitt Romney says, like he said yesterday, Mitt Romney said yesterday that if Trump wins, Mitt Romney so fears for the safety of himself and the safety of his family that Mitt Romney may leave the country. Romney said that yesterday. I feel the same way. I've said repeatedly, if Trump wins, I may well leave the country. I'm not saying that to get a headline, and I'm not saying that to be provocative. I'm saying that because I believe it. Donald Trump has an enemies list. Donald Trump, if he's in the White House, will go after his enemies. Donald Trump has said publicly he will imprison his political enemies. He's said it. I believe him. I believe he'd try. I believe he wants to. I believe I'm on that list. I believe Mitt Romney is on that list. I believe Adam Kinzinger is on that list. I believe Liz Cheney is on that list. I believe a bunch of us are on that list. And I believe Trump wants to be a dictator because Trump wants that power to go after his enemies, to use his and abuse his powers of government to put his enemies in jail. Mitt Romney said he believes the same. And Mitt Romney so believes the same that Mitt Romney has said he may well leave the country if Trump wins. Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer, was on TV yesterday saying the same thing. Michael Cohen's on Trump's enemies list. Michael Cohen said, if Trump wins, I'm gone. I just think and I hope even those of you who disagree with me about any issue, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, climate change, the border, Trump, I just want to tell you that I say what I believe, whether it gets me in trouble or not, whether you like it or not. I was that way as a politician. Somebody asked me a question, I would say what I believed. When I had a talk radio show, I would say what I believe. When Trump got elected and when I turned on Trump, publicly, and when I was on 100 stations around the country and my radio bosses told me to only say good things about Trump, I said, screw that. I can't lie. I'm going to say what I believe. And I lost my radio show. But that's who and what I am. I'm going to tell you what I believe. Why would you listen to anybody who would lie to you? Why would you listen to anybody who told you what they thought you wanted to hear? That's what a bunch of my right-wing radio talk guys did. That's what a bunch of them are still doing. Man, why go through life like that? I couldn't, I won't. So I'm on this podcast, I'm always going to tell you what I believe. Makes life interesting. You can disagree with me. Try to disagree without hate. I believe Trump's a threat to democracy. I believe if he's elected, he will imprison, he will try to put his political opponents in jail. I believe he'll try to shut down speech he doesn't like. I believe he'll try to shut down TV networks he doesn't like. I believe this. And so because I believe it, because I am so afraid of what this would-be dictator would do if he were president again, I am working my ass off to help the only person who can beat him, Kamala Harris. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense. If you believe Trump's a threat to democracy, then to me, you are obligated. You are obligated, Mitt Romney. You are obligated, Paul Ryan. You are obligated, Chris Christie. If you believe Trump is unfit, if you believe he is a threat to democracy, you are obligated to vote for the only person who can keep him out of power. And that's Kamala Harris. You're obligated. That's not a big leap. That's easy. In fact, that is an obligation. If you believe Trump is a danger to democracy, a danger to the rule of law, a danger to this country, you have an obligation to vote for the only person who can beat Trump. But Mitt Romney won't. Mitt Romney says Trump's a threat to democracy, but Mitt Romney will not vote for Kamala Harris, will not endorse Kamala Harris, the only person who can beat the threat to democracy. Romney said yesterday, the thought of Trump in the White House sends chills up and down his spine. Mitt, I feel the same. Those chills are with me every single day. But Mitt, you feel that way. How dare you not vote for the only person who can beat him? So I'm left to wonder. Does Mitt really believe it? Does Mitt really worry for his personal safety if Trump wins? I can tell you I do. And I'm doing everything in my power to stop Trump from winning. I do. I completely am afraid for my safety if he's back in the White House. Mitt says the same. But by not supporting Kamala Harris, I'm questioning whether Mitt really believes that. Or is that just a thing to say? Is that something that will get you a headline? Is that something that will get you on MSNBC or CNN? That's an easy one, right? If Donald Trump wins, I'm leaving the country. Man, no matter who you are, left or right, you say something like that, you're going to get you're going to get attention. CNN and MSNBC, I know this for a fact, they'll put any high-profile guy on who says, if Trump wins, I'm leaving the country. That'll get you a headline. That'll get you a TV appearance. But is that all it is? If you don't take the necessary step and vote for the only person who can keep Trump out of the White House. So I don't know. Romney and I our arms are locked. We're brothers. It's like we're walking up to the altar. Me and Mitt are walking up to the altar, but Mitt won't take his vows. Mitt will not get married. Mitt will not take that final necessary step. I'm in love. I love this guy. I'm in love. I want to spend the rest of my life with him, but I'm not going to marry him. It just doesn't seem genuine. Mitt's not the only one doing this. There are so many high-profile Republicans and conservatives who have said, Mike Pence, who have said Paul Ryan, who have said Chris Christie, I ain't voting for Trump because he's unfit, but I won't vote for the only person who can beat the unfit one. It takes courage. Nah, screw that. I think it does take courage to be a Republican or a conservative and to say, I'm a Republican, I'm a conservative, I'm supporting Kamala Harris because this guy is an existential threat to my democracy. That does take courage. And as I go around the country into battleground states all over the country and I engage with local Republicans, you talk about courage. Like it takes courage for me or Kinzinger, national Republicans, to say, I'm with Harris. But these local Republicans, the ones I saw in Pennsylvania yesterday, who've taken that step, I am a Republican, they say, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in the public square, but I'm supporting Kamala Harris. They have to say that knowing they're going to be living with and around their neighbors, their Republican neighbors, their community members, who aren't going to be pleased with them. That takes courage. And that courage should be applauded. But it's also just the rational thing to do. And that's why I'm so disappointed in Mitt Romney. People like Mitt Romney, Republicans like Mitt Romney. I mean, it would be foreign to me, utterly foreign, to say, as I've said, that I fear for myself, I fear for the country, but I fear for my own safety and the safety of my family if Donald Trump is president. It would be foreign for me to say that, and to say that I am contemplating leaving the country if Trump is president, and then not to do all I could do to stop that from becoming a reality. Like it's like saying, I know I'm gonna die if Trump's elected. If I knew I was gonna die, if Donald Trump was elected, I would do everything in my power to make sure he's not, because I want to live. I would do everything I could do to defeat Trump. And the most obvious, the most important, the one that's staring all of us right in the face, all us Republicans and conservatives who believe Trump is unfit, is vote for the only person who can beat him. Campaign for her, endorse her, get out there. If Trump wins, I'm going to die. Oh my God, I'm going to be out there every minute of every day trying to help Kamala Harris get elected. That's just a no-brainer to me. I don't know if this is why I didn't sleep last night, but it really pissed me off when I heard Saint Mitt Romney. The media and Republicans hold him up as this Saint Mitt, principled Mitt. Principled Mitt won't do the most important thing he can do to keep Trump out of the White House: endorse and campaign for Kamala Harris. Mitt won't do that. Paul Ryan won't do that. And yet, golf claps, all of the mainstream media give Mitt and Paul Ryan golf claps. Oh, look at these principled establishment Republican guys, Paul Ryan and Mitt Romney. Look at them, ha, ha, ha. And there's crazy ass Tea Party Joe Walsh out there. The mainstream media never cared for me. I'm out there, man, busting my freaking hump every day to help Kamala Harris win on the ground in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, you name it. But no golf claps. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. And I question the sincerity of Mitt Romney when he says he fears for his own safety if Trump's president, but he won't vote for Kamala Harris. He won't endorse Kamala Harris. I question his sincerity. I think we all must question his sincerity. Look, maybe I know a lot of Republicans tell me privately, here's some inside baseball. I had this yesterday because I went off on some show about Ryan or Christie. And I had a Republican elected official who opposes Trump tell me, Joe, quit beating up Romney, quit beating up Paul Ryan and Mike Pence. It's good enough that they're not voting for Trump. And this elected official, actually, this elected Republican, former elected Republican, who's a never Trumper, actually said to me, you know what? And the average Republican voter, Haley voter out there won't know the difference. All you got to say is Mitt Romney's not voting for Trump, and that'll be good enough. So don't beat them up. Joe, don't beat up Mitt Romney because he's not voting for Trump, Joe. And that's damn good. That's enough, man. We can spin that. I shook my head and I just said respectfully, I can't do that. Not when I'm out there doing the logical thing, helping the only person who can beat Trump. No, that's not good enough. If you, and I get it, if you don't believe Trump's a threat, if some of these guys like Romney or Christie or Paul Ryan and the rest of them were saying if they believe Trump was fit, they just didn't want to vote for him, or they didn't believe he's a threat, then I get it. I get it. Jamie Wagner, has to do with courage. Either have it or you don't. Amen. God bless you, Jamie Wagner. I do think it has to do with courage. You either got it or you don't. I do think it does. But I get it. If Mitt Romney, let me put it like this. If Mitt Romney did not believe, as I believe, that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, if Mitt Romney didn't believe that, then I can understand Mitt Romney saying, I can't support Kamala Harris. I disagree with that, but I can understand that. If Mitt Romney didn't believe Trump would be a threat to his own personal safety if Trump won, then I can see Mitt Romney not voting for Kamala Harris. But Mitt Romney has said that Trump is a threat to democracy, just like I have. Mitt Romney has said he fears for his personal safety, just like I fear. He has said that. To say that, to believe that, and to not do the most important thing you can do to defeat Trump, supporting Kamala Harris, man, that just doesn't add up. And I can't just applaud you, Mitt Romney, and I cannot just pat you on the head. No, that's not right. That's not right. You might leave this country if Trump wins. And you won't endorse Kamala Harris? I might leave this country if Trump wins. I'm killing myself trying to help get Kamala Harris elected. I guess because 6 years ago, when I publicly came out against Donald Trump and I took a blowtorch to my career, I took a blowtorch to my livelihood. I ended any future in the Republican Party, and I have put up with daily and weekly threats and hate. I guess I just don't have patience for any of these Republicans and conservatives who think they are God's gift because they won't vote for Trump, but they won't vote for Kamala Harris. Again, I say, the only person in the year 2024 who can keep Trump out of the White House. Got no patience for these Republicans like Mitt who can't do that. I'll continue to question Mitt Romney. I'll continue to publicly encourage him. We've got 41 days to go to do the right thing, to put himself out there like I have and Adam Kinzinger has, and Georgia's former lieutenant governor, who I was with in Pennsylvania yesterday, Jeff Duncan, like Jeff Duncan has, like Liz Cheney has, like so many of us Republicans and conservatives have. I will continue for the next 41 days to encourage, not always respectfully, but encourage Paul Ryan and Mitt Romney to find that big old dose of courage and do the right thing. Because Mitt, and I know you're listening, Mitt, I know you are sincere in believing that Trump is a threat to our democracy. I know you believe that. And I know you love your wife and you love that big old family of yours. And I believe you when you say you fear for their safety. I do believe you. But I'm starting to wonder. Because there's too much on the line, Mitt. This race is a dead heat, Mitt. Donald Trump has a 50-50 chance of being our next president, Mitt. So I don't want to hear that stuff much anymore. If you're not, I'm going to give you my best Sean Connery, if you're not prepared to do what you need to do, all you can do, everything you can do to help defeat Trump. Respectfully, Mitt Romney, join me, join us. Get out there and support Kamala Harris. Or every day that goes by these next 41 days, I'm going to think it's just a good soundbite for CNN or MSNBC. It's just too easy to say, I'm going to leave the country. I'm going to leave the country if Trump wins. Hey, that'll get me a bunch of clicks. That'll get me on CNN. If you don't vote for Kamala Harris, Mitt Romney, then you don't really mean it. Brother, prove me wrong. Oh, I'd love it if you proved me wrong. God bless you all, everybody. I'll get more sleep tonight. Thank you for listening. Hope you're having a good week. Be brave. Be brave.
Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.